Okay, so I had the oven on before, and it was heating up, ready to put a pizza inside, and all of a sudden it went off, and it tripped out the electrics, and this has happened before, about 9 years ago. Similar thing actually, and what it is, the element, they've got an element inside the oven at the back of the oven, and it's obviously just worn out. It's completely broke for whatever reason, but I've had 9 years out of it. So what I'm going to do it myself. So get a torch or something. You just need a screwdriver, and there's 4 screws, and what you want to do, you just want to loosen them. Right, so I've taken the 4 screws off, and as you can see, there we go. I'll show you inside there. Let's get it in a bit closer. So you've got the fan there, and if you see the circular thing, that's the element. So I'm going to replace that. Right, so I'm going to try and get my camera inside and get a closer look at it. If you can see there, at the top, it's just held on by a screw onto a bracket. So I'm going to loosen that, take off the old element, and I'm going to order a new element for it off the internet. Right, so I've now loosened the element, and it's just held on there. Can you see? It's held on by 2 clips there, which are easy enough to take off. Just use a pair of pliers, hold on, don't pull it by the wire, hold it by the clip, and the element will come off. There it is, I've got the element off now. And if you see those 2 prongs there, that's where the wires connect to inside the oven. It's pretty easy really. So I'm just going to get a replacement. All I'll do is I'll type in my model number of my cooker, which is there, and a replacement should arrive. And just looking at the element there, it's actually split. I don't know if you can see there. It's split, which is obviously the reason that it's stopped working. But like I said, I've had 9 years out of it, and I've used it quite a lot for pizzas and, you know, cooking chips in the oven, etc. So it's not done so bad really. My replacement element has arrived in the post, and it's only taken, I don't know, about 3 days, which is pretty good. Bubble wrapped, and fingers crossed it's all going to work out okay. I'm going to fit it there, and like I say, the most important thing you can do is make sure it's turned off, and double check as well. Switch it off at the wall, and then just try turning something on, and if it won't turn on, then you know it's completely off, but just don't take any chances with electricity. Right, so I've given my oven a bit of a clean. It took me a while. I've taken the shelves out, and what I'm using is just a lamp to lighten up the inside of the oven, make it easier to see what you're doing. I've just connected it up to an extension lead because it wouldn't reach, so I've just put the lamp there. Makes it a lot easier. You can use a torch as well if you want, but you should be okay with that. That's the fan at the back, and you can see the wires, long one and there's a short one there. So what I'm going to do now is just connect up the new element that I've bought. Right, so just opening up the element. It's nicely wrapped for protection. And here it is, and it should be a direct replacement for the one that I took out. And there they are, side by side. There's the new one on the left, and there's the other one. It looks pretty good to me. So I'm now going to fit it into the back of the oven, and fingers crossed that everything will be working okay. Right, so I have got it in place now, and I'll tell you what, it was quite fiddly. Just when you pull the element out, there's those 2 clips, and they'd come a bit loose, and they weren't fitting on securely, so I had to get some pliers out, and then I over tightened it, and I couldn't get the clip on then, and then I had to loosen it, so it was quite tricky, because there's not a lot of wire to pull out on one of the leads. And of course access is quite tricky because you're on your hands and knees and you're stretching at the back of the oven, but it's in now, and I've got to put the cover on, which is there. I need to screw that on. And there we have it, all done. A new element which is sitting behind that cover there. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I'll report back if it doesn't work, but I'm sure it will, and I'll be able to cook pizzas again now, which is good. Pizzas! I can cook pizzas! Yay!